You are now unmuted.
हेलो गुड इवनिंग गाइस। कैसे हैं आप सब लोग? वॉइस प्रॉपर आ रही है आप तक? ओके, so last class we have discussed application of derivative. Okay, so in the continuity, application of derivative. Okay, in last class we have discussed monotonicity, monotonicity. Okay, and that means increasing and decreasing part of a function. In this we discuss increasing and decreasing kind of behavior of a function. Then we discuss about maxima minima and minima. Up to this we have covered in last class. Okay, we have discussed few things about global maxima, global minima, how to find critical points, all those things. Okay, so today we are going to discuss next topic, that is tangents and normals. And normals. I think you are very familiar with tangents and normals because we have discussed in this coordinate geometry in the chapter of circles, parabola, hyperbola, or tangents and normal equation in the coordinate geometry. But now, with the help of calculus, we are going to write same equations. What is the equation of tangent for a given curve, and what is the equation for normal for a given curve. So, how to write the equation of tangent and normal using calculus method? Okay, so basically tangents and normal both are simply lines. If we talk about tangents and normal, these are simply straight line. So we need to write the equation of these two straight lines. So basically the condition for writing the equation of straight line is simply the one point or and slope. Simply if we have provided a point and a slope, we can write the equation of tangent as well as normal. Okay. So let us suppose there is a function y equal to fx. Okay, like something. Let's say this is a function fx. Okay, here at some point we need to write the tangent. So if we draw a tangent, this is the tangent, and at this point the perpendicular line to the tangent, this is our normal. This is the our normal, and this is our tangent. So what is this point? The coordinate of this point will be, let's suppose this is x equal to a, then the coordinate of this point will be, x coordinate will be a and y coordinate will be f of a. Okay, so how to write the equation of tangent? Because to write the equation of tangent we have the one point, this is our point. We need slope. So can we find out slope at this point? Yes, absolutely. We can find out slope by using dy by dx. Dy by dx, or we can simply say f dash of x at point x equal to a. Whatever the given point, we need to calculate slope. Okay, if we have slope, that is the m value, dy by dx, so we can write equation of tangent. So can you tell me how to write equation of tangent now? Come on. how to write equation of tangent using slope and point form. Simply the slope and point form is y minus y1 m x minus x1. This is our slope and x1 y1 is our point. So using this slope and point form, this is our slope point form and point form, we can write equation of tangent. So our point is simply a comma f of a, because the point is a comma f of a, and slope value, that is, we can say dy by dx at x equal to a, or we can say f dash x at x equal to a given. Okay, so if we write equation of tangent, that is simply y minus f of a equal to, what is the value of f? This dy by dx at x equal to a, x minus a. This is the equation of slope tangent. Okay, are you getting this point? This is the equation of tangent. So can you write the equation of normal now? Equation for normal. Can you form the equation of normal using same concept? Okay. So can you tell me the relation between slope of normal and tangent? What is the relation between slope of normal and a slope of tangent? Okay. Because slope, if you look at this diagram, this is tangent and this is normal. They are making the angle of 90 degree. Okay. So if two lines having the angle of 90 degree, what is the relation between their slope? The product of their slope should be minus 1. Okay. So we can say slope of normal into slope of tangent equal to minus 1, isn't it? So we have calculated slope of tangent already. That is our dy by dx at point x equal to a. So if we substitute that value of slope of tangent, so we can find out the slope of normal. So our slope of normal will be, that is equal to 1 upon slope of tangent. Isn't it? This is the slope of normal. If we substitute the value, then our slope of normal will be, this slope is equal to minus 1 upon dy by dx, dy by dx at point x equal to a, isn't it? This is our slope of normal. If we are writing the equation, what is the equation for this normal? Equation of normal. So we need to write the same concept using slope and point form. So we write y minus y1, that is f of a, equal to minus 1 upon dy by dx at point x equal to a, x minus a. This is the equation of normal, isn't it? So I think now you have the idea how to write the equation of tangent and normal using differences. Okay, slope, the calculus method. This is the calculus method to write down equation of tangent and normal. This is quite easy sometimes whenever we need to write the equation of tangent and normal. Okay, so I think this is very clear to you. Let us try to solve some questions. Okay, so our first question is, we have a curve y equal to mod of x square minus mod x. Okay, to find the equation of normal at point x equal to minus 2. At point x equal to minus 2. Can you find out? Okay. Try this question. Take your time. Try to solve this question. Okay. Take your time. Try to solve. Let us find both equations, tangent as well as normal. Okay. Let's say tangent as well as normal. You need to find both. Okay. So can you find out differentiation of this function? How to differentiate this function? If I ask what is the value of this function, if we open this mode, how to open this mode at point x equal to minus 2? Look, at this mode, inside mode, at x equal to minus 2, this mode is negative, so we will open this mode with negative sign, isn't it? So we can write first y equal to mod of x square minus of minus x. We open mode with minus sign, the first mode. Okay. So if we simplify, then this equation become x square mod of x square plus x, isn't it? Okay. So can you tell me now how to open this? Whether this is positive or negative for x equal to minus 2. I think this is positive because this is 4 and this is minus 2. So if this is positive, we can open mode with positive sign. So our equation will be y equal to x square plus x. This is the our equation for x equal to minus 2. That particular part we are writing for the tangent and all. Okay. So now we need to find the point. So if we need to find the point, then x value is minus 2. Then what is our y value? If we calculate y value, that is 4 minus 2, that is plus 2. This is our point, isn't it? I think, are you getting my point? How to find out the point on the curve? Okay. Now we need to differentiate this equation and find out slope. Okay. We need to find out slope value. To find out slope, we need to differentiate. Slope basically means f dash x or dy by dx at x equal to minus 2. So we need to differentiate this y equal to x square plus x. If we differentiate this, then we have dy by dx that is equal to twice of x plus 1, isn't it? Okay, if we substitute value x equal to minus 2, then slope value will be, basically this is the slope of tangent because dy by dx is the slope of tangent. So slope, that means dy by dx at x equal to minus 2. So we put x equal to minus 2, that is minus 4 plus 1, that is equal to minus of 3. Isn't it? Are you getting up to this? How to find out slope? Okay. Now we need to write both equations. First, equation of tangent. So now can you tell me what is the equation of tangent? We have point and slope. We have point as well as slope. Can you write equation of tangent now? Hurry up, come on. You can do that because we have always discussed this earlier in coordinate geometry too. If we have point and a slope, how to write the equation? Okay, so our equation will be y minus, let's write first point. What is our point? The point value is minus 2 plus 2. And what is slope value? M value for tangent, that is minus 3. Okay, this is our point. Point, and this is slope. So if you write equation of tangent, equation of tangent. Then equation of tangent will be y minus 2 m, that is minus 3 x plus 2, isn't it? If we simplify this, then y minus 2 equal to minus 3x minus 6. So this equation will become minus 3x minus 4, isn't it? This is the equation of tangent. Okay. Are you following up to this? How to find out equation of tangent? So can you find out equation of normal? Try. No? Okay, so tell me, what is the slope of normal? What is the slope of normal? Slope of normal. So slope of normal will be basically, let's suppose m dash, that is 1 minus slope of tangent, that is m. We have calculated here m value. So if we substitute here minus 1 upon minus 3, that is equal to plus 1 by 3. This is the slope value of normal. So equation of normal point will be same. Equation of normal. Can you write equation of normal now? Try first. This is very easy now because we have slope and point as well. So our point is minus 2 comma plus 2. So y minus 2 slope value is plus 1 by 3 x plus 2, isn't it? Okay. If we simplify this, then if you multiply by 3, 3y minus 6 equal to x plus 2. Then this equation will become, if you take everything this side, x minus 3y, x minus 3y plus 8 equal to 0. Okay, this is the equation of normal. I think this is clear to you how to find out equation of tangent as well as normal. Okay, can we solve some more question on this? Okay, let us try this question. If for a given curve x equal to 2a t square 1 upon 1 plus t square, okay, and y equal to 2a t cube divided by 1 plus t square. Okay, to find the equation of tangent and normal, what we need to do, if x equal to this and y equal to this, then find equation of tangents and normal at point t equal to 1 by 2. This is our point. So try this question. Here we need partial differentiation to find out dy by dx. Try to solve this question. Take your time. Just take 1 minute and try to find out this answer. Okay. So our x value is 2at square 1 plus t square, and y value is 280 1 plus t square, isn't it? This is our value of x and y. So if we differentiate with respect to t, so dx by dt, what will be the value of this differentiation? How to differentiate this equation? How to differentiate this equation? Using u by v rule, a quotient rule of differentiation. then we have 1 plus t square, that is whole square, 1 plus t square, this will be, if we differentiate this will be 480, isn't it? Minus 280 square will be as it is, and this is the differentiation of 2t. Okay, if we simplify this, then dx by dt equal to, if we multiply this will be 480, this will be 480 cube, and this is also 4a t cube, isn't it? And this is 1 plus t square whole square, isn't it? So this get cancelled. So now final value of dx by dt, that will be 480 divided over whole square. Okay, this is our dx by dt. So if we need to differentiate this y with respect to t, so our dy by dt value will be, again we using same rule, 1 plus t square whole square. Then what is the differentiation of this? 280 minus, then 280 will be same. And what is the differentiation of this term? 2t, isn't it? So if we simplify this equation, then we have dy by dt, that is equal to 2a 2at square minus 4, that is 2 into 2, that will be 4. 4 at square, and upon we have 1 plus t square and whole square. This is our final equation. So if we simplify, then dy by dt, this is dy by dt, that will be, if we simplify 2a, and what will be, minus 2at square divided by 1 plus t square whole square, isn't it? This is the value of dy by dt. Can you find out, is there any calculation mistake in this? Is there any calculation mistake? No, I think there is no calculation mistake. Okay. So if you find out dy by dx, dy by dx will be dy by dt divided over dx by dt value. So if we substitute both value, then what will be the value of dy by dx? We have 2a minus 2a t square divided over 1 plus t square whole square. Okay. If we divide by this is 480 divided by whole square. Okay. So this get cancelled. Okay. So if we simplify, then we have dy by dx value is equal to, what will the common from these two terms? 2a. 1 minus t square, and this will be 480. So this get cancelled at 2. So we finally have 1 minus t square divided over 2t. So if we substitute t equal to, what is the value of t? The t value is 1 by 2. If we substitute t equal to 1 by 2, for t equal to 1 by 2, So dy by dx, slope value will be 1 minus 1 by 2 square, 2 into 1 by 2. Okay, this is 1. So this will be 1 minus 1 by 4, that is equal to 3 by 4, isn't it? So can you find out point? What is the value of point? How to find point? Point is simply x equal to, what is the value of x? Our x value is here. This is 2a t square divided over 1 plus t square. And then y value is, what is the value of y? This 2at divided over 1 plus t square. Okay. If we substitute t equal to 1 by 2 in this, then x value will be 2a 1 by 4 divided by 1 plus 1 by 4. 2a into 1 by 2, 1 plus 1 by 4. Then finally, if you simplify, then we get this will be x equal to 2a by 5, and y will be, this get cancelled, 4a by 5, isn't it? So now tell me, what is the equation of tangent? Equation of tangent. Can you find out equation of tangent now? Because the point value will be 2a by 5 and 4a by 5. And slope m for this is tangent, okay? M means slope value. That is equal to, what is our slope value? Our final slope value is this. This is the value of, okay? So 3 by 4. Okay. So if you write equation of tangent, then equation of tangent will be y minus 4a by 5 m 3 by 4 x minus 2a by 5. Isn't it? This is the equation of tangent. Okay. So now tell me, what is the equation of normal? What is the equation of normal? Equation of normal. What is the equation of normal? Can you find out? How to find out equation of normal? Simply we need to find the first normal slope, the slope of normal. The slope of normal will be minus 1 upon n. So minus, what is the value of m? M value is 3 by 4. So that is minus 4 by 3. This is the slope of normal. Okay. So if we write equation, that is y minus y1, then y minus 4a by 5, m value will be minus 4 by 3, x minus 2a by 5. If we simplify, we can rearrange all this term. This is the equation of normal. This is normal. Okay. I think this is clear to you how to find out normal and tangent. We have discussed two questions here. Now, is there any problem to find out tangent and normal? Can you tell me? If anybody have any doubt related to tangent and normal, you can ask them. No, there is no doubt. Okay. So let us move to next topic. Okay. So using this concept of tangents and normal, sometimes the question is asked, shortest distance between two curves. Okay. So let me write first question, then I will explain how to find out shortest distance. Okay. Find shortest distance between the curve y equal to x square plus 3x plus 2 and line y equal to x minus 2. We need to find shortest distance between this curve and line. So can you tell me what is the concept of shortest distance? How to find out shortest distance between two curves? What is the concept to find out shortest distance between two curves? If we make diagram for these two curves, let's suppose this is a parabola. So this is some upward parabola and this is a straight line. Okay, let's suppose this kind of straight line. Okay. So here, whenever there is a shortest distance, let's suppose there is a point. So if we make a tangent at here, at the point of shortest distance, this tangent will be parallel to this given line. This two will be parallel. Okay, so this is our shortest distance. This is our shortest distance. So we need to find a point here on this curve where tangent is parallel to this line. Okay, so simply we need to find a point. If we have point, then we can find out distance from the line. Okay, using the concept of shortest distance between point and line. Okay, so first we need to find this point. This is our point. So to find out point, we need dy by dx, slope. Okay, so our y is x square plus 3x plus 2, isn't it? This is our y value. If we differentiate this, then dy by dx equal to 2x plus 3. Okay, so let's suppose there is some point, let's say x1 and y1. This point, let's assume this, let point be x1 and y1. So what is the slope value at this point? So this point, the slope value dy by dx at x1 comma y1 will be 2x1 plus 3, isn't it? This is our slope value, m value, that is slope of tangent. And we have discussed whenever there is a shortest distance between two curves, their tangents will be parallel. So this tangent will be parallel to this line. So what is the equation of line? The equation of line is this is y equal to x minus 2. Okay, and slope value will be, what is the slope of this line? Slope is 1. So we need to equate these two slopes, m and 1. So if we equate, because these two are parallel, then we have 2x1 plus 3 equal to 1. Then we have 2x1 minus 2, then x1 equal to minus 1. Isn't it? This is the value of x1. Okay. So now we have point. So can you find out the value of y? Can you find out the value of y1? We can find out value of y1 simply by substituting the value of x1, because the curve is y equal to, what is the value of curve? Y equal to x square plus 3x plus 2. If we substitute x equal to minus 1 in this curve, then y equal to minus 1 square 3 into minus 1 plus 2. Okay, so y equal to 1 minus 3 plus 2, that is equal to y equal to 0 basically. So our point will be minus 1 comma 0, that is our point. And our line is, if we write the equation of line, this is line. So this line is x minus y minus 2 in standard form. Okay, so now we need to find this distance, perpendicular distance. The distance formula, if we apply, distance is equal to minus 1 0 minus 2 divide over a square plus b square, that is equal to 1 square plus 1 square. So this is 3 by root 2, isn't it? So this is the our shortest distance answer for the question. Okay. Are you getting this concept? How to find out shortest distance between two curves? They're using the concept of parallel tangent. Okay, isn't it? Okay, fine. Alright. So using this concept of tangent, we can also find out angle between two curves. Okay. So angle between two curves will be, let's suppose there are two curves. So we can using the concept of tangent's law, we can find out angle between two curves. Angle between two curves. So let's suppose we have two curves, two different curves. First curve is like something this, and second curve is like something this. We need to find angle. So angle between two curves is simply the angle between their slope, tangents. This is tangent, and this is also a tangent here. So this is the angle between two curves. So this is angle between two curves. Theta is the angle between tangents at given point. Okay. So if we say the slope of this tangent is m1 and slope of this tangent is m2 by dy by dx at for this point, this particular point. So what is the value of tan theta? Tan theta will be simply mod of m1 minus m2 divide over 1 plus m1 m2, isn't it? This is the angle between two curves. Then we have two possible values. One is acute angle and another this is obtuse angle. Okay. So that's why we take mod here. So can we solve some question based on this concept, angle between two curves? Okay. So there is a question for you. You have to find out the value of A. The question is find the value of A if curve x square by A square plus x square by A square plus y square by 4 equal to 1 and y cube equal to 16x cut orthogonally. Okay, so can you tell me what is the condition for orthogonality? If two curves cut at orthogonal, what that's supposed to be? What is the condition for orthogonal? If two curves cut each other at orthogonal points, then angle between their tangent is 90 degrees. So we can say the product of their slope will be minus 1. So simply that means theta equal to 90. If theta equal to 90, then slope product of their slope m1 and m2, their respective slope will be minus 1. This is product of their slopes equal to minus 1. Okay. This is the condition for orthogonality. Okay. This is the condition for orthogonality. Okay. So we have two curves. First curve is x square by a square plus y square by 4 equal to 1. we need to find out dy by dx, slope of tangent. So if we differentiate with respect to x, then we have 2x by a square plus 2y dy by dx by 4 equal to 0. Isn't it? So this 2 get cancelled after taking common. So we finally have y by 4 dy by dx minus of x by a square. So slope of tangent, that is dy by dx, equal to minus 4x a square y, isn't it? For some point x1 and y1, we can put x1 and y1 because the point where the curve intersects will be same, like this. We are talking about same point. Okay. So if we differentiate second curve, so what is the value of second curve? Can you find out slope for second curve in similar way? The second curve is y cube equal to 16x, isn't it? This is the value of second curve. Okay. So if we differentiate this, then we have 3y square dy by dx equal to 16, isn't it? So what is the value of slope dy by dx? Dy by dx will be 16 by 3y square. Okay. So let's suppose this value is m1 and this value is m2. So now product of m1 and m2 will be minus 1. If we put the value of m1 and m2 equal to minus 1, then we have minus 4x a square by y into 16 by 3y square equal to minus 1. This get cancelled. Okay. If we simplify this, then what is the value of this? Can you simplify this? Okay, so we have finally, this is 64x divided by 3a square y cube. Okay, so can you tell me how to simplify this equation again? How to find out this value? Okay, look, if we put the value of y cube here, because y cube equal to, what is the value of y cube? That is given in the question, that is 16x. This is 16x. If we put the value of y cube here, then we have 64x divided over 3 a square. What is the value of y? 16x equal to 1. This get cancelled. This is 4. So we have 4 by 3 equal to a square. The value of a will be plus minus 2 by root 3, isn't it? This is the value of condition for orthogonality. Okay, I think this is clear to you how to find angle between two curves and solve question of like orthogonality. Can you solve all this question? Okay, so in some question there is a question based on rate of change of x with respect to y. So there are question based on rate, concept of rate. Rate means dy by dx, dy by dx. Rate means simply means dy by dx. The change of y with respect to change of x. Okay, concept of rate. So the question is, on the curve x cube equal to 12y, find the interval of values of x for which the abscissa changes at a faster rate than the ordinate. Ordinate means y, abscissa means x. Okay. So we need to find where abscissa rate of change is greater than, faster than or greater than, that means ordinate rate of change of y. Okay. So what that's supposed to mean? So we can say if, let's suppose we write rate, let's say dx by dt, and we say dy by dt. Okay. So this is greater than this. So if we take ratio of these two, so we can say mod of dx by dt dy, if we take the, should be greater than 1. Can we say this? If we take ratio of these two rates, can we say mod of, mod means we are talking about absolute rate. We are not talking about negative sign, whether increasing or decreasing kind of things. Okay. So what is the value of curve? Our curve is x cube equal to 12y. Can you find out dy by dx? What is the value of dy by dx for this curve? Can you simplify? Try. Find out value of dy by dx. This is 3 x square 12 dy by dx. This get cancelled at 4. Then dy by dx equal to x square by 4. Okay. So if we apply this equation on this, the dy by, what is the value of dx by dy? If we take reciprocal, that will be 4 upon x square. And the mod of 4 upon x square should be greater than 1. Can you simplify this inequality? Can you simplify this inequality? If you simplify this inequality, we will get 4 will be greater than mod x square. 4 will be greater than mod x square. So if, or we can write mod x square is less than 4. Can we write like this? So what is the value of this? Value of x. So if you simplify this, then x value will be from -2 to +2. This is the interval of x where the rate of change of abscissa is greater than ordinate. Okay. Okay, let us try to solve few more questions based on rate. Okay, there are some questions in which we have to approximation based on dy by dx. The question based on approximation. Okay, using dy by dx concept. How to approximate the value using dy by dx? Basically, if we write y equal to fx some function. Okay. If we change x, let's we change x plus delta x. Okay. Then if we substitute here, then we have f of x plus delta x. Then our y value will be also y plus delta y, some change in y. This is change in y. And this is change in x. Okay. Sometimes we use this concept to find out the approximate value of this. So how to find out approximate value of this? Look, we can write dy by dx as delta y upon delta x. When delta is tends to 0, then this is tends to this. So by this equation, we can write dy is equal to dy by dx into delta x. Okay, by using this concept, we can find out approximate value of some. We can use approximations. Okay, so let us try to solve question based on this concept. So there is a question: find the approximate value of 26 to the power 1 by 3. Kind of this kind of approximation. We have to find approximate value of 26 cube root. How do you find out approximate value? So first we need to form a equation, a algebraic equation, whatever the value is given. So a function basically. So what is the function for this cube root? So we can write a function y equal to fx. So this function will be y equal to x to the power 1 by 3. Okay. Now can you find out what is the value of x and delta x? So if we write this as y equal to 27 minus 1 to the power 1 by 3. So we can say our x value is 27 and delta x value is minus 1, isn't it? And we need to find delta y value. And what is the value of delta y? Dy by dx into delta x, isn't it? This is the value of delta y. So can you find out delta y now? Can you find out delta y? Okay, look, what is the value of y? Y equal to x to the power 1 by 3. This is the value of function. So if we find dy by dx, so dy by dx will be 1 by 3 x to the power 1 by 3 minus 1. If you simplify 1 by 3 x to the power minus 2 by 3, isn't it? This is the value of our dy by dx. And if we substitute this into this equation, then delta y will be 1 by 3 x to the power minus 2 by 3 into delta x. If we substitute the value of x and delta x, then dy will be 1 by 3, x value will be 27 to the power 1 minus 2 by 3, delta x is minus 1, isn't it? Here we have the value of x and delta x. If we further simplify this, dy equal to 1 by 3, 3 that is 3 cube, so 3 cube 3 get cancelled, that means we can write 3 cube to the power minus 2 by 3 into minus 1. So what will the value? 1 by 3, this get cancelled, so this is 3 square is 1 by 9 into minus 1, isn't it? So if we simplify this, then this is minus 1 upon 27. This is the approximate value of delta y. Okay, so our y value is y plus delta y. Okay, so what is the value of y? So how to find y value? The y value will be given by this curve, y equal to x cube. At x equal to 27, then y value is 3. So if we put this 3 here, 3 minus 1 by 27. If we simplify this, then we get 81 minus 1 by 27. This is approximately equal, this is equal to 80 by 27. If we simplify this in point, we will get approximate cube root of x to the power 26 to the power 1 by 3. This is the approximate value of this. this. Okay. If we divide and find out this in decimal, we can also convert this in decimal points. Okay. I think this is clear to you. This is sometimes asked in CBSE. Lots of question, one question every time asked in CBSE. Okay, based on approximation. This is not much important in JEE point of view, but in CBSE this is quite important. Okay, so I think we okay fine. Okay, so our next topic will be some theorems like Rolle's theorem and Lagrange's mean value theorem. Okay, so can you tell me the statement of Rolle's theorem? The first theorem is Rolle's theorem. What are the conditions to satisfy a Rolle's theorem? If a function satisfies Rolle's theorem, for y equal to fx, some function. Okay. First condition, fx should be continuous in closed interval a to b. Fx should be continuous in closed interval a to b, and each point. Okay. Each point fx should be continuous from a to b. Okay. Second point is fx should be differentiable. Fx should be differentiable in open interval a to b. Okay. This is the second condition. What will be the third condition to satisfy a function Rolle's theorem? Can you tell me? Anyone? What is the condition to satisfy Rolle's theorem for a function? The third condition will be f of a value will be equal to f of b value. These are the three conditions a function should satisfy the Rolle's theorem. Then this implies Rolle's theorem implies then there is some C where f dash equal to 0 and C belongs to A to B. C belongs to A to B. Okay. There is some point C in the interval A to B where f dash C is 0. What that's supposed to mean geometrically? If we implement all these conditions geometrically, then for Rolle's theorem, the function will be like this or this. This is the point f of this is A point. This is B point. The function is continuous and differentiable, and f of A is equal to f of B. Equality. Okay. So we can say there is a tangent here. This is parallel to x-axis. The slope of tangent. This is the point C. This is the point C. Here f dash C value is 0. That's supposed to mean the slope of tangent at point C is 0. Here we can say the slope of tangent at x equal to C is 0, or we can say parallel to x-axis. Simply this in this kind of function, this is our A, this is our B. Okay, so this is a tangent here at point C. So here this is also parallel to this, so we can say f dash C is 0, and C is always belongs to interval A to B. This is the statement of Rolle's theorem and how geometrically function look like. Okay, so these are the three conditions a function should satisfy. Okay, for Rolle's theorem. Is there any doubt up to now? Anyone? All these three conditions are clear to you? Okay. Okay, let us solve some question based on Rolle's theorem. Okay, so we have a question: if fx equal to, our fx value is 3 plus power 2 by 3 and x belongs to 1 to 3. Okay. To discuss the application of Rolle's theorem. Discuss the applicability of Rolle's theorem. So can you tell me whether Rolle's theorem is satisfied or not? Okay, look. If we discuss about first point, what is the first point in Rolle's theorem? Function should be continuous in A to B. Is this a continuous function? Yes. Function is continuous for x belongs to 1 to 3. Close interval. Okay. Achha, what about derivative? Differentiability? What about differentiability? If this function is differentiable everywhere? Where we need to check? At x equal to 2. Yeah. What is the problem at x equal to 2? The function is not differentiable at x equal to 2. Okay. So function is fx is non-differentiable at x equal to 2. But we know to satisfy Rolle's theorem, function should be differentiable in open interval a to b. So we don't need to check for third point because our second point is not satisfied. So we can say, hence, fx does not satisfies Rolle's theorem. Okay, we can say that. Okay. Okay. Now tell me, what is the Lagrange's mean value theorem? What do you understand by Lagrange's mean value theorem? Anyone? What is the difference between Rolle's theorem and Lagrange's mean value theorem? What is the difference between Rolle's theorem and Lagrange's mean value theorem? Okay. So Lagrange's mean value theorem. LMBT. We short we can say LMBT. So what is the condition for LMBT? The first condition is same as Rolle's theorem. If we have a function y equal to fx, then we can say fx should be continuous in A to B. Okay. What is the second condition? Second condition is also same. Fx should be differentiable at, yeah, at we can say in open interval A2. Okay, this is the condition for. So what that's supposed to mean? What is the implication of Lagrange's mean value theorem if these 2 points are satisfied? What is the implication of Lagrange's mean value theorem if these 2 points are satisfied? Okay. Then we can say f dash c is equal to f of b minus f of a divided by b minus. What that's supposed to mean? Okay, let me explain you with the help of a curve. Let's suppose this is a curve. Okay, and this is point x equal to, and this is a point x equal to b. Okay, so if I make a line using these 2 points, so a line will be like this. Okay, so what is the coordinate of this point? The coordinate of this point will be b comma f of b, because if this function is y equal to fx. Okay, what is the coordinate for this point? Can you tell me anyone? What is the coordinate of this point? Can anyone tell me the coordinate of this point? A comma, acha, oh sorry, this is b. This point is b. Okay, the coordinate of this point will be a comma f of a, isn't it? So, can you tell me the slope of this line now? Let's suppose this point is a and this point is b. Can you tell me slope of this line? Slope of AB. The slope of AB will be simply y2 minus y1 and x2 minus x1. So simply fb minus f of a divided by b minus, isn't it? This is the slope of AB. Okay. So if we say there is a point in between these 2 points where there is a tangent that is parallel to this line at point C. This is the point C in interval A to B, where this tangent is parallel to this given line. So that means there is a point over the curve, that means f dash C should be equal to the slope of this given. This is the implication of Lagrange's mean value theorem. Lagrange's mean value theorem, LMVT. Okay, are you getting this point? There is a point in between interval A to B where tangent is parallel to this given line AB. Okay, is there any doubt in this? Anyone? Okay, so this is the, there are two theorems, Rolle's theorem and Lagrange's mean value theorem. There is only one difference. We have only two conditions here. The third condition, f of a equal to f of b, is not valid here. Okay, so we can write for every continuous and differentiable curve Lagrange's mean value. But for Rolle's theorem, the endpoint value f of a should be equal to f of b. Okay, but there is no necessity for the Lagrange's mean value theorem. Okay, so let us try to solve some question based on Lagrange's mean value theorem. Okay, so question is that fx equal to 8x square minus 7x plus 6. This is the equation on interval on x belongs to minus 6 to 6. Okay, find the value of c that satisfies the LMVP, Lagrange's mean value theorem. So can you tell me the value of C for this curve? Okay. How to solve this question? What are the conditions for Lagrange's mean value? The first condition is fx should be continuous. This is a quadratic equation and this is continuous. So we can say f is equal to 8x square minus 7x plus 6 is a continuous function in x belongs to minus 6 to plus 6 because this is a polynomial function. Okay, all polynomial functions are continuous functions. Okay, so whatever differentiability, this is also differentiable. Fx is differentiable in x belongs to minus 6 to plus 6. So we can write Lagrange's mean value theorem if these 2 points are satisfied. Okay, so what is Lagrange's mean value theorem? There is a f dash c that is equal to f of c, f of 6 minus f of minus 6 divided over 6 minus of minus 6. So if we substitute the value, what is the value of f dash c? So let's first find f dash x. So what is the value of f dash x? 16x. We differentiate this equation. Minus 7. Okay. And what is the value of f6? f of 6. f of 6 will be 8 into 6 square minus 7 into 6 plus 6, isn't it? So we have this 8 into 36 minus 42 plus 6. How much? Can you tell me the value of f of 6? Okay, we can write like this: 8 6 ja 48, carry 4, 8 3 ja 24, 2 to 8 plus 6 minus 42. This will be how much? This will be 294 minus 52. So finally we have 252, I think. Okay, this is correct. Is there any calculation mistake? Check out fast. And what is the value of f of minus 6? F of minus 6. The value of f of minus 6 will be 8 minus 6 square, and this term will be plus now. 7 into 6 plus 6. So this is same. This will be 288 plus this will be 48. So our final value will be how much? How much we get? We get 8 is 16, 3, 336. Okay. So if we substitute all this value in this equation, then we have f dash x is 16 minus 7. This is f of 252 minus 336 divided by 6 plus 6. This is 12. If we simplify, then we get 336 minus 252. How much? This is 4, and 13 minus 5, that is 8. Okay, this is 0. We get minus 84 divided by 12. Here 16x minus 7. This is 7. So 16x minus 7 equal to minus 7. So we get finally x equal to 0. What is the value of c? X equal to 0. Whether this value of c is belongs to this interval? Yes. So we can say 0 belongs to minus 6 to 6. So our this is the valued value of c equal to 0. This is our answer. Are you getting my point? Are you getting my point? How to find out c value? Okay, okay. Let us try to solve some more question on Gauss theorem and Lagrange mean value. Okay, there is one more question. Let us try to solve this question. Question is, if fx equal to x cube minus 6x square plus ax plus b defined on x belongs to 1 to 3 satisfies Rolle's theorem for c equal to 2 root 3 plus 1 by root 3. Then find values of a and b. Can you simplify this? Take your time and try to solve this question. Take your time and try to solve this question. Okay. So what are the conditions for Rolle's theorem? If a function satisfies Rolle's theorem, what are the basic conditions? Can anyone repeat? Okay. Alright. Okay. If a function satisfies Rolle's theorem, then first condition is fx should be continuous in given interval. So if this function is continuous, yes, this function is a polynomial function. So we can say fx is continuous in x belongs to 1 to 3. And this is polynomial function. So polynomial function are also differentiable function. The second point, fx is also differentiable. In x belongs to 1 to 3. Okay. So what is the third condition? The third condition for Rolle's theorem is f of a should be equal to f of b. If we equate these two, then what is our fx? Our fx is simply fx value is x cube minus 6x square ax plus b. Okay, so if we put the value of 1 and 3, because f of a and f of b means basically we can say f of 1 equal to f of 3. Okay, so what is the value of f of 1? F of 1 will be 1 minus 6 a plus b. What is the value of f of 3? F of 3 means 3 cube 6 into 3 square plus b. This get cancelled. Okay, so this is simply minus 5 plus a. This is 27 and 9 6 are 54 plus 3. If we simplify this, then this is minus 5 plus a. How much this? This is minus 27 plus 3a, isn't it? So if we transfer this to this side, this get positive, this is 22, and this side, this is 2a. So finally the value of a equal to 11. So how to find the value of b now? To find out the value of b, we need the condition, that is implication of Rolle's theorem. That means there is a f dash c equal to 0 for c belongs to 1, 2, 3. Isn't it? So what is the value of f dash x? F dash x will be, what is the differentiation of this? 3x square minus 12x plus a. Isn't it? Okay. And this should be equal to 0. This should be equal to 0 for this given value of c, isn't it? So if we solve the value all these equation, then we will get the value of b2. B can be any real number because there is no problem for B. Okay, because this is not dependent, because this condition f of 1 and f of 3 is satisfied only on based on a value. So B can be any real value. This get cancelled every time. Okay, so we can say B can be any real number. Okay, okay, but we need to check whether this is 0 or not to satisfy Rolle's theorem. F of C is 0 or not. We need to check this. Okay, if this is 0, then we can say B can be any real number. Okay, are you getting my point? Okay, fine. Okay, let us try to solve some question which asked in 2020 J. Okay, okay. This question, this is asked in J. These questions are from J mains, either 2019 and 2020 from this section. Okay. So can you solve this question now? We have discussed everything. Now your turn to solve this question. This is very simple question, basic question. The maximum volume of a right circular cone having slant height 3 meter is, you have to maximize the volume of a cone using the concept of maxima and minima. Okay. So tell me, what is the formula for volume of a cone? Let's suppose this is a cone. This is height h, this is height, and this is radius. Let's suppose radius is r. And this is slant height L. L is given. What is the value of L? L is 3. Okay. So what is the relation between these three sides? So we can write r square plus h square equal to L square. That means 9. Okay. So this is the first equation. R square plus h square equal to 9. And what is the formula for volume of cone? Volume of cone. What will be the formula? Can anyone tell me first? Okay, fine. So V equal to 1 by 3 pi r square h. This is the formula for volume. So how to solve these two equations? Because we need to substitute the value of r from this equation. What is the value of r from this equation? So we have value of r square equal to 9 minus h square, isn't it? So if we substitute this value here, then the volume is a completely function of variable r, variable h. So we can say 1 by 3 pi 9 minus h square into h, isn't it? If we differentiate this function, so what is this function is 1 by 3 pi 9h minus h cube, isn't it? So for maxima minima we need to find critical point. So what is critical point? Where f dash x is 0. So first find f dash x. So f dash, so here v dash 1 by 3 is constant. What is the differentiation of this term? 9, and this is 3h square. This should be equal to 0 for critical point, isn't it? So what is the value of h? This get cancelled. So this implies 9 equal to 3h square. This get also cancelled. So h value is plus minus root 3. So we are going to maximize. For maxima, second derivative, we double dash h. What is the second derivative? 1 by 3 pi, this is 0 and this is minus 6h. And for maxima, v double dash h should be less than 0 for maxima. Okay, we have discussed this in maxima and minima concept. Okay, so we need to find second derivative for first h equal to root 3 and h equal to minus root 3 for these two critical points. So what is the value of double derivative for root 3? So this will be 1 by 3 pi 6 into plus root 3 and this is a minus sign. So we can say this is negative. And for this 1 by v double dash h for minus root 3. So we can say 1 by 3 pi minus 6 into minus 3. So this is our greater than 0 positive. So our max point of maxima is this point of maxima, that is h equal to root 3. Okay, if we substitute h equal to root 3 in our volume equation, we will find maximum volume. So our volume equation is Vh equal to 1 by 3 pi 9h minus h cube, isn't it? This is the volume equation. This is the volume equation. Okay. So if we substitute h value here, h equal to root 3, then 1 by 3 pi 9 into root 3 minus 3 root 3 h cube. So how much? Are you getting how much? So this will be finally, this is 9, not 8. Okay. So 1 by 3 pi, this will be 6 root 3 and this get cancelled 2. So finally 2 pi into root 3. This is the maximum volume answer. Okay. Are you getting my point? Okay. These kind of questions are asked based on geometric problem on maximum. Is there any doubt in this question? Okay, fine. Okay, let us try to solve some more question. Okay, try to solve this question. This is very easy question. Okay, this option is 1 by 4, not 1 by 3. This is 1 by 4. Okay. Try to solve this question. How to solve this kind of question?
You are currently the only person in this conference.
This is basically based on concept of AM and GM. We use the concept of AM is always greater than GM. Now can you solve by this hint? Can you simplify this? Okay. Can you rearrange this equation? Right? Can you rearrange this equation? Anyone? No. Okay. Look, we have x to the power n into y to the power n. Divide by 1 upon x to the power 2m, 1 plus y to the power 2n, isn't it? If we divide this by this and this by this, then we have, if we divide numerator and denominator by this value, so we have finally 1 upon x to the power 2m divided by x to the power m, 1 plus y to the power 2n divided by y to the power n. If we simplify this equation, then 1 upon x to the power m plus x to the power m, isn't it? And this is 1 upon y to the power n plus y to the power n. Okay, and look in the question, x and y are our positive real number. Okay, our m and are also positive integer. So we can say this value x to the power m plus 1 upon x to the power n is greater than equal to 2 using concept of am and gm. Look, if we apply am is greater than equal to gm, then we write x to the power m plus 1 upon x to the power m by 2 should be greater than under root gm value will be x to the power m into 1 upon x to the power m. This get cancelled. Okay, so we can say this is greater than equal to 2, isn't it? So similarly for this, or we can similarly write for this y to the power n plus 1 upon y to the power n is greater than equal to 2. And now tell me what we need to find out. We need to find out maximum value. So when will be this expression maximum? We have written this expression is maximum. When this denominator is minimum, then this whole expression will be maximum. So what is the minimum value of denominator? This is 2 and this is also 2. So we can say our expression, that is x to the power n, y to the power n, 1 plus x to the power 2n, 1 plus y to the power 2n, that expression. Because if you substitute the value of 1 upon, this is 1 by 2 and 1 by 2. This is this, basically this is 2 and this is 2. So we will get 2 into 2. This is equal to 1 by 4. This is the maximum value for this expression. Okay. Are you getting this concept? Are you getting this concept or not? AM and GM. This is very common concept. Okay. This is used several times in APGP, maxima, minima, trigonometry sometimes. Okay. Okay, fine. Okay. Can you solve this question now? Can you solve this question? This is the question based on tangent. Tangent to the curve passing through the point 1, comma E also passes through this point. So how to solve this question? First, we need to verify whether this point is lying on this curve or not. Okay. How do you verify? Our curve value is x e x square. So if you substitute this point x equal to 1 and y equal to e, x equal to 1, then e to the power 1. So this is satisfied. So we can say this point is on this curve. So now we need to find slope. For slope, we need to find dy by dx. So dy by dx will be, what is the differentiation of this? X get constant, then e to the power x square plus, then x as it is, e to the power x square into 2x, isn't it? This is the dy by dx. So dy by dx value at, what is the point? Point is 1 comma e. So this will be e plus 2e, isn't it? Because we put x equal to 1. So this is finally 3e, isn't it? So can you write the equation of tangent now? Because we have point. Point is our 1 comma e and slope is 3, isn't it? If we write equation y minus e, 3e x minus 1, isn't it? Can you verify which point lying on this equation curve now? Can you verify now? Okay, let's check for the answer. Which one is our answer? B. So this is the option B. Okay, so let us check for 4 by 3 and 2e. Okay, so we have Let us put y equal to 2e minus e, here 3e, here 4 by 3 minus 1. Okay, so here we have e equal to 3e, that is 1 by 3, this get cancelled, so e equal to e. Oh, okay, this is our correct. So this point lying on this tangent. Okay, this is our answer. Okay. So verification is quite simple after writing the equation of tangent. If you need to find out this particular point, okay, so basically you need to verify for each point after writing this equation of tangent. This is the equation of tangent. Okay. Okay, let us solve. Okay, this question is based on basically some concept of determinant. So you can try this by in your homework. Okay, if you have any trouble, so we will discuss in doubt class. Note down this question based on maximum and minimum. Okay, there is some concept of determinant is involved here. First, you need to solve this determinant. Everyone, note down this question for homework. All right. Okay. Note down this question too for homework. This is based on the concept of shortest distance. We discussed the concept of shortest distance too. You need to find out shortest distance from this point, from this curve. Take screenshot or note down this question. You need to solve this at home. Okay. If you have any trouble, you can ask in doubt class. All right. Everyone noted? Okay, fine. Okay. Try to solve this question. Maximum and minimum value of function. Our fx is 3x cubed minus 18x square plus 27x minus 40. Can you simplify? And interval, can you simplify this interval? This is x square minus 11x plus 30 less than equal to 0. If we do middle splitting here, this will be 6x minus 5x plus 30 less than equal to 0. Here we have x minus 6 and x minus 5. Okay, less than equal to 0. The value of x will be from 5 to 6. This positive, this negative, and this positive. So x belongs to from 5 to 6. We need to find from 5. We can take close bracket because this there is a sign of equality here. Okay. So now we need to find critical point between these interval. Okay. So how to find critical point? For critical point, we need to differentiate this function and equate equal to 0. So what is the fx? 9x square minus 36x plus 27, isn't it? And we need to put equal to 0. If take 9 as a common, then x square minus 4x plus 3 equal to 0, isn't it? If you simplify this, then this 9 get cancelled, x square minus 4x plus 3 equal to 0. Then we have x square minus 3x minus x plus 3 equal to 0. The value of x will be 3 and the value of x equal to 1, isn't it? So these 2 point lying between this inside? Yes, absolutely. These 2 points are lying between these 5 to 6. Okay, fine. These are our critical points. X equal to 1 and x equal to 3. So now for maximum minimum we need to find f double dash x. What is the value of f double dash x? 9, this is this, and this will be 2x minus 4. This will be 2x minus 4. So what is the value of f double dash x at x equal to 9? 9, 2 into 1 minus 4. So we can say this is negative. So this is point of maxima. Okay. 4 f double dash 4 3. What is the value of this? 3, 2 into 3 minus 4. This is greater than this. This is point of minima. And what we need to find? We need to find maximum value. So we need to check endpoint too, because there is a closed interval over endpoint. We also need to consider f of, what is the interval? 5 value and f of 6 value. So you need to find maximum of f of 5, f of 6, and the point of maxima at f of 1. So one of these will be our maximum value, whatever will be the maximum. Okay. So this is all about AOD, application of derivative. We have discussed all concepts here and few questions of JEE 2020 and 19. Okay. So let us end this session here. Okay. Bye bye. Thank you.